ёбаный рот этого
XCOM.
бля.
All right, people. Story time. This was almost 20 years ago, so my memory might be a little hazy.
Ты кто такой, сука, чтобы это сделать? Вы что, дебилы, блядь? Ты что, бредишь, блядь? Ты мудила гороховая, вы где берете, бляди? Блядь, дегенеративное хуйло, ты бредишь, что ли?
Что?
Ёбаный твой рот, блядь!
This was almost 20 years ago, so my memory might be a little hazy.
What the fuck?
Ты чё, бредишь, что ли? Ёбаный твой рот, а?
As much time as I've spent trying to forget those days, you have to expect some of the finer details to get a little blurry. Thinking about it now, I'm pretty sure what we ran into back then was some kind of avatar.
Да ну нахуй!
I remember the hair. Just take my word for it.
Ты чё, дурак, блядь?
This creature represents a near-perfect fusion of human and elder DNA. Though remarkable, it appears as if the creature were unfinished, perhaps why we were able to ultimately defeat it. Still, this can lead me to only one logical conclusion.
We had such hope for you.
I believe we have found our avatar.
Priority message for the commander coming through on a secure channel, sir.
On screen.
Sir, it's coming from the Advent Network Tower.
You heard me. He's taking a big risk contacting us like this.
Hello, Commander. You and your crew are to be commended. Your efforts in rebuilding the Resistance Network and uncovering the truth about the Avatar Project have been admirable. I only wish I had better news to report.
When does he ever?
Advent is not taking the death of an elder lightly, and in turn have greatly accelerated the final stages of their Avatar Project. A plan is now in place for the rapid processing of all non-essential human life. To begin immediately.
It was no surprise that Advent had made an attempt on Ana Ramirez. What was surprising was that they actually managed to find her. See, Ramirez was one of the finest guerrilla operators we had run into. So much so that we had convinced her to start training recruits of her own to spread the knowledge around. I'm not one to sing the praises of Advent, but even I'll admit it. I was impressed they tracked her down. Still, Ramirez is no easy mark. She managed to get a signal through to us right when Advent hit her camp.
They can see you now. How about you all shoot first and celebrate later? No problem. I appreciate the bravery, but you're dangerously close right now. Be careful. You're still keeping score, right?
The thing about Ramirez was, despite all the time she spent on her own, she never turned into the kind of loner crackpot you'd normally find out there. For some of us, the isolation of surviving on the fringes was almost too much to handle. Not Ramirez. When we finally picked her up, She was as sharp as any XCOM recruit we had ever had. It wasn't until later we found out who it was Advent had captured trying to blow up their cannon. Peter Osei and his wrecking crew were one of the only groups willing to venture into the city centers.
Not going out there! No! Crasher 2 is down! She's gone!
Damn it! You can't take risks like that. Watch your flanks.
So that's how you want to play it? Okay.
Even people not willing to associate with the Resistance had heard of Osei in those days, especially in the cities. It would have been a huge blow to morale if we had let Advent execute him. Not that that was our only motivation.
Выбросили.
Well done. Fall back to our position.
Just go! I'll try to stall him here.
Ты чё, кретин, что ли?
What the? Let's get out of here.
Once he finally recovered from the operation, our new friend Dr. Taigen was grateful. To the extent that Taigen expresses that sort of thing anyway. He was also eager to prove his loyalty, to shake off whatever bad deeds he had done in the service of Advent. He told us about a powerful artifact, a remnant of the old XCOM base the aliens had found and sealed away deep in some stronghold for further study. He was vague about the whole thing, which didn't help alleviate any suspicions we might have had about his story. Still, it was worth a shot. Whatever we were after, the aliens buried it deep in a stronghold unlike anything we'd ever run into. The only way in was through an old ventilation shaft, dropping down through the ceiling. Even the aliens had to breathe sometime, I guess. I think just about everyone on the squad had a theory as to what it was we would find in there. If I had known Taigen then as well as I do now, I would have put my money on it being the recipe for Advent Burger's secret sauce.
Ёбаный твой рот, блядь! Вы чё, в киосках их заряжаете? Сука, ёбаная падла блядская!
As things dragged on, my patience for this scavenger hunt was getting thin, to the point where I almost had them haul Taigen out of bed to give us some clue as to what we were doing down here. He was certainly giving the Elders a run for the most indecipherable statements award.
Ёбаный козёл, I fuck your bullshit, shit!
Давай сразу.
Блядь, вы что, действительно идиоты, что ли, а? Блядь, дефиценты какие-то, ёбаный ваш рот, а? А ты-то что делаешь?
Это кто? Хуй его знает кто. Пойдем их отпиздим. Это сначала их найти надо. Конечно. Надо искать их теперь, блядь.